Good evening, everybody, and welcome to weekly, wrestling recaps. And for today, we have Friday Night Smackdown 6 recap, and we about to get into it. Okay, few things off for the night. Of course, we have to open up with the current WWE Undisputed Champion Drew McIntyre. Of course, he wanted the flaw and all, especially because the fact that he screwed over Cody Rhodes at the Royal Rumble. Now, one thing I can say is that it is a well. Okay, so we got Cody Rhodes attacking Drew McIntyre. Not mad at Cody, especially because of everything. And understandably so. So we can see Cody will definitely be well motivated, especially for the Elimination Chamber. And you can't keep Cody off that boy at this point. And if y'all in the live right now, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe in order to stay up to date on my wrestling recaps. Yeah, I could tell this might get extended. The way they're probably looking at doing because we never had got a clear rivalry from the Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu match on Saturday night's main event. So we might end up having a real interesting concept of a triple threat match maybe happening. It's seeming like it's gonna go collide into Mania. It will be a build up per se. I'm not really upset about it. I like how the way they're keeping this storyline very interesting, especially because of the Drew McIntyre had always lost to Cody in beforehand aspect and now has the title, and which was long deserved for Drew, by the way. And now that you got the young breakout star with Jacob Fatu, I feel like in 2026 it can definitely be a sabbatical year for him to maybe either capture a major title or get a major push against big time main event caliber superstars. Even though he has been doing that, so we're gonna remain to be seen again as the storyline develops even more. Because we still have another pay per view later on in the day, and after that, we also had the Rio defending their women's tag team championships against Julie and Kendall. I think Kendall Grave. I'm gonna make sure I say her name correctly. Um, how's it going there? Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Be tuned into my wrestling content. I have become somewhat of a fan of Rio. I can't not lie and say they're one of like the better thrown together tag teams per se. So I kind of like them a lot better than Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, but yeah. I am definitely liking them more better. I've always been the biggest attraction is always, and for my standard, Lash Legend and Nia Jax. Man, that's all I'm gonna leave y'all with. But yeah, Nia Jax definitely. Nia Jax definitely. And as far as like I said, Lash Legend, she that's accounted for. She already got cuffed. But it's a very interesting thing. Again, there was a bunch of qualifying matchups going towards the elimination chamber, which is happening later on this month, also as well. So again, there's a lot of matchups to go ahead and to present themselves for that upcoming pay-per-view coming up. I think it's going to be in the States, maybe so. I don't know. WWE has also been doing more overseas PLEs, so that might end up being the case scenario. Who knows? And also we had The Miz versus Carmelo Hayes, student versus a mentor, another one of those little aspects. Okay. Melo as a U.S. champion has been like very entertaining per se. And he defeated, I can tell because Melo's been the continuously going back and forth week after week, defending his United States champion. I can tell he definitely had retained his WWE United States Championship against The Miz. Great output for him. I believe this now makes maybe a month, maybe going on 2 months now that we had Melo as the United States champion. I'm happy about that. Again, with him and Ilya Dragunov, that definitely brought a lot to the element of Melo. So I'm glad, like I said, this introduction definitely gave him more prominent light. Like I said, with Ilya Dragunov passing off the torch towards him, which also made it a lot more better for him. We also had a couple more, like I said, matchups during the course of the night, probably a little more segments too. I'm not going to try to get a chance to run in everything. I'm eventually start clearing up my schedule more so to start covering these more and everything. So don't trust me. And Chelsea Green versus Last Legend. So I'm not mad that it's like two of my favorite wrestlers, Chelsea Green. Something major up for grabs here. Who is going to qualify for elimination? Lash Legend into timekeeper. Well, Lash is the biggest threat in the match. Wait, oh, wow. Oh, yeah. So. Fire just saved Chelsea Green. Lash down, Alba down, Nia down, and now Alba Fire had got launched. Oh yeah, so it was a women's like a women's triple threat qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber. So that's a pretty dope. I like that concept with Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, and Lash Legend. That was a nice matchup. I ain't gonna lie, because I haven't seen Tiffy for a while, and I think it kind of like had reset the bar for her. So I kept hearing. For me, for a lot of people that they were like tired of Tiffany Stratton as champion. I kind of was also myself. No lie to that. But you know, now to see her kind of back kind of makes it a little bit refreshing now that we kind of see with Jade with the title. Again, I guess you're gonna have your different various of fans that gonna be very opinionated. Again, you might have one side that felt that Jade they gave Jay the title too fast, or they felt they gave Tiffany the title too long. So it's a different of opinion every time when we get into these segments per se. It's just always going to be everybody's going to have an opinion. So, but one of my favorite wrestlers on the roster of today for SmackDown, I'm gonna give y'all this toxicity is one of my favorite. Kit Wilson, okay. Know that. The GOAT of GOATs, okay? He had the battle against Obafemi. I'm going to just tell you this. Squash. I'm a feminist, so let me tell you, you are the problem. You are toxic. Toxic. It just get dropped. I love Kit Wilson. He is hilarious. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Kit Wilson is predominantly my favorite superstar here in 2026. If y'all want to know what the emphaticment of being a real superstar is, Kit Wilson. I'm gonna have him start having my entrance music coming out just like him. Okay. Actually, that's what I'm gonna put on here just for a joke for everybody. If they would for my intro, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna also just start having intros for the various. Because I don't start going live, I'm gonna start having my vids for everybody. And also now we also got Jacob too, who also won pieces of McIntyre. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have. Jacob has grown on me a lot per se. Not after the face turn, but definitely like when he was heel in Solo's bloodline. So he grew on me, especially then. Than when he was like, I think on that verge of taking the United States Championship. Definitely did. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna like where this goes. Trust me, because man, Drew, he got his work cut out for him. And I don't know if Drew doesn't have an opponent for Money in the Bank. Could it be Jacob? Okay. Tonga Loa versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't know how anybody feels. I'm a Shinsuke fan. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely a New Japan fan since for a while now. Okay. Okay, I ain't know that was Bull's move.
Lynn, I don't care that you won the Rumble.
Why did Roman win the Rumble? Honestly, they could have given it to anybody, truthfully speaking. I wasn't shocked. You know what? I was actually kind of shocked that it kind of like wasn't Randy. All right, you know what? Here's the thing. I was more shocked that the buzz that Finn has been getting, that they never went ahead and gave him anything else more. Honestly, like they gave him the one matchup against Punk. I believe that was over in I think Ireland. Maybe like a week or two ago, and literally that was it. Y'all didn't give him, and like literally, I think that's been the statement of Finn's like career on the main roster. I only got that one grass. I've never got a chance to flaunt. And that's the craziest aspect. And you know what? When they talk about sports and science, it has to be studied. Like when they talk about Cincinnati always losing in the earlier part of the season, they gotta really sit up here and study why Finn has never either gotten back to or never gotten another clean shot. Yeah, a lot of people were. I still have never. I'm still looking up articles and reasons why he wasn't going to be teased or even like featured in the Rumble per se. Because it's like Jericho's always been one of them top guys. Like I'm not going to hold you. Like no offense to Booker T, but Booker T can barely move in the ring like how he used to be. Especially when he got his own independent circuit per se. So it's very, very like hard to see, like, because Jericho's still wrestling ready. He's still wrestling built for this. Like he's still competing to this day, and that is like the crazy thing. Yeah, Jericho is a GOAT. If anybody has, I think she still got the hand injury. I don't know. They're probably saving her per se. It's literally like I said. It's literally like one of them toss-up things because I think what they're trying to really wait for is Bianca versus Jade. Probably so. I really would like to see. Yeah, WWE has done a lot of like I can say a lot of like short term storyline written like they are all over the place. When it comes to like certain long term storylines, unless like certain superstars or nobody else is like hurt per se, like they sometimes stay with it. Because even so, with an article I was reading, like um earlier this weekend, they were going. The plan was originally for Rollins to keep the belt. This is, like I said, a news article I briefly read. I don't know or trust the source as well, but sometimes when I do, listen, the original plan that I originally heard was that it's supposed to be Seth Rollins versus Ron Breaker at Mania, and that was the original plan before Rollins got hurt. They had to flip the script with everything, and then unfortunately, that's what happens with certain talents when they get hurt. The whole plan gets scrapped. Unfortunately, because they were either the main focus or they had a major contributor to the storyline, but again, I'm still liking like I don't know. I so love the Chelsea Green and Jade Banner. It was for me it was like so funny. It was entertaining. Honestly, it still is now. Like I kind of like all right.
And I damn
For
sure don't care that you're here tonight on SmackDown.
and I like how they're putting
Now
that
let me make
emphasis as
myself
Jade is
crystal clear.
really that big because
If you
honestly she
choose
really
me,
is. She built
I'ma
like
beat
that
that
bitch for
ass
real.
at WrestleMania.
So who do I think is the mask man? You know, it was funny because I think somebody pulled up a really funny thing, and maybe because we don't see the superstars also as well. Whether that was Grayson Waller, and that's now another Seth Rollins disciple, or here's another one for you. What if Buddy Murphy came back? I don't really because I don't really follow AEW as much, so I don't really know if his contract is up. But if Buddy Murphy was freed up, I'll be okay with that. Someone we all know. Yeah, it's definitely somebody we all know. It's gotta be like I think somebody definitely young and athletic, and I think because JD's hurt right now. Um, who else could we probably think and say is like on that roster? Um, that'd be like maybe like athletic enough to really pull off the Seth Rollins moveset. Well, I don't think the curve stomp is really a hard move to really pull off seriously, but honestly, I feel like it's still probably maybe vaguely somebody you knew, vaguely somebody young. If it would be Seth, then I would be shocked. Maybe it could be Grayson Waller. I don't know, maybe Buddy Murphy. It's so many aspects of probably like I didn't really like get into a forensics of it because I'm still just like, okay, we just got the unveiling of Austin, so I'm like, oh man, this is definitely a head scratcher now. I'm trying to think like a young star or even just a star in general, or maybe even somebody that's jobbing but needs a push at this point because they've been so lost in translation they don't know where to put them. I don't know. There's so many spectacles like Dean Ambrose. I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be really honestly. I wouldn't really be too mad at it. Like, would you be You know, they can't really do it because there's not enough players at this point. I would have loved it. Well, you can't really honestly do it now, but I mean, with the little team version of it. You can have Solo's bloodline, I guess, against a Shield reunion because I guess there's not that many factions that's left. Because without JD and well, I think because you can do it with Dom, but I think yeah, you can maybe honestly do it with Dominic Mysterio. Who knows? There's like so many like ways that you could probably pull a lot of things off that who honestly knows. After the Elimination Chamber, I believe it's gonna probably be like another Saturday night main event. It's gonna be like a little like snub in the middle, and then I think it's a Saturday night main event. So it's gonna be like a little small, little four card style PLEs, and then Mania because I believe Mania is gonna be like the same two style nights. I don't think I don't really think because we just recently had the Rumble, which that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was really last weekend. So honestly, it might. Yeah, I don't know. Let me, you know what? Let me take a look at that now that we're actually, you know, briefly talking about that now, because I'm really feeling like it might just end up being like, because I think that's what they ended up doing anyway, as far as like having just the PLE is literally just like a Saturday night main event. Maybe honestly, because there might end up being like another um NXT pay-per-view, so maybe that might be in the middle to fill the gap, but I don't really know for a certain fact. So we're gonna just double check real quick. Um, gonna do pay-per-view lineup because I don't know. It really just might end up being like I said, Saturday night main event. Same as at the WrestleMania Backlash. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's. I think is it Backlash or is it Extreme? Well, I think it's Backlash again now, but yeah, it's Backlash. And then SummerSlam is like in the middle. I think like August or so. So you won't get nothing like in between for like a minute at this point. So yeah, we had New Year's Evil, we had Saturday night's main event, Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber will be on the 28th. All right, NXT Roadblock will be on the 31st. So Mania will be, like I said, in that that mid-April, and yeah, Backlash will be in May, and SummerSlam. Yeah, well, right now the only thing is coming up is just SummerSlam because that'll be in August, and then Money in the Bank will be in September. So that's just how. Yeah, it's give or take. It's give or take. I don't know. Some of the NXTs have performed well than certain like WWE PLEs. I'm not even going to sit there and lie. They have done a little bit more better. Tell you the truth. So Ova is the best from NXT. You think so? I actually like Javon. I love Oba. I love Trick, but Javon Evans, like those three individuals themselves are going to like take over the main roster by storm to a point I don't even think it's going to be funny whatsoever. But again, Carmelo's good where he's at. Um, if they can stay on the right track as far as like you think Triple A's a joke? I haven't really watched too many AAA paper. I haven't watched too many AAA like PLEs in general. Like especially when they do the cross brands themselves. Honestly, especially when Dom won the title itself too. I always thought that was just
Betting on
like
basketball guys has gotten boring. That's why I'm switching to betting on football players.
I
Now's
always
your
literally
chance to
just
bet
found that
more against me on the big game, only on Fanatic Sportsbook.
yeah, there wasn't too many like
Good
big
luck.
Rumble returns. I mean, unless you want to say Brie Bella was the biggest return that there was. That's about all you can consider. But other than that, there wasn't like too many like honestly, honestly too many major Rumble returns. So yeah, and then what else we had? 'Cause we had Jay confronting Liv Morgan and God darn, I was about to mess her up. Not Roxanne Perez, but Raquel Rodriguez. I'm not mad at the not mad at the interaction. I'm kind of actually like liking the interaction. Because I don't know like where do you go with Jade unless you don't have somebody to like really match up with her. And I don't know because even going into the women's championship matchups themselves later on. Like I don't really know. Like I like Liv against Stephanie Valkyrie, but I don't know. I have a feeling that we're going to be getting a switch up in the middle, of everything per se. And honestly, now, like you know what, I was I was so like against what they was doing with Jordan Grace on NXT that now I'm actually liking the position that they put Jordan Grace in. And I've been the biggest Jordan Grace fan since TNA. So you want Paige to come back. Paige would have been a different one. Paige definitely. Well, you know what? Honestly, I would have loved to see. I love to see a lot of other people come back. To be honest, like I want to see Dean come back. I want to definitely see Dean Ambrose come back here within the fray. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I would love to see that different interaction now because like all three of the Shield members are like at the biggest pinnacle of their careers at this point. And see, another thing is Edge. I would have loved, you know what the crazy part is? Like we're talking about this right now. As you say Edge, I would have loved to see Edge on that retirement tour for Cena. I really wanted to. We can say we hope. Happy Saturday, Aaron, man. Hopefully to you. I would love. I would love to see Chris Jericho also come back. Like Jericho's been one of them ones that I actually enjoyed him from when he first came in WWE to even when he left and went to even when he went to AEW. Yeah. Yo, I would love to see. Yo, that's another one that coming in here. That would definitely have like to see more is Zillow. Because definitely when that family and bloodline, I have a feeling like when that bloodline gets together, it's going to definitely be like crazy. Hello, Anthony. Hello, and also make sure, guys, make sure y'all subscribe. That way I can be in here more so we can talk about more wrestling content. And oh man, Zillow 52 when he come in there, I I don't know if he's going to get the same Jacob treatment. So that's like you're going to be like the immediate breakout star because they are on the same kind of parallel tier of athleticism. And Jacob with that moonsault is crazy though. That's the one thing that I like really like is super heavyweights who can do a lot in the ring. I that him and Braun Breaker rivalry. I mean not Braun Breaker. Him and Braun Strowman rivalry was absolutely what needed to put him over. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's over with. Yeah, I think they're gonna always keep that flotation in the back, but it's never gonna really be the bloodline. So realistically, we already know the bloodline is definitely ain't happening. But yeah, Jordan Grace, I have a feeling that she's going to get her first women's championship match at she's gonna get her first championship match at the next PLE, which will be Saturday night's main event. Unfortunately, I probably will not be going on this one. If they, I don't know. You think they bring the idiot out? And no, that would probably be dope. Manga and all the thing. You know, I Hall of Fame is like one of the different aspects. Like, you know what? Honestly, because when they came to Philly, I ended up going for the Raw, SmackDown, and Raw shows, and I was going to stay for the Hall of Fame, but that was a whole nother aspect. But again, Hall of Fame is definitely something like you get to see everybody at their best. So for reference, I seen both Rhea Ripley and oh gosh, Rhea Ripley and Jade in their finest, and I also saw me from PA. I'm from the United States, but yeah, I saw Bailey in a dress, and God knows she stole the show from me. So, but yeah, I have a feeling that maybe if there would be a nice matchup there if there could be Jordan Grace, Jade Cardell, Bianca Belair, and there's a throw in just to go ahead and do. What if you throw in Rhea Ripley for the mix? Yeah, she definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Bailey is, whew, man. But yeah, and then we also go into the I think final qualifying matchup for the again the elimination chamber match to determine the number one contendership for the undisputed championship. Randy Orton versus Aleister Black versus Solo Sikoa. Um, Good matchup to have. Literally, on paper, all three of these superstars really can really put on. Randy is definitely. I have a feeling before Randy retires, I have a feeling that he is going to get to. I'm not gonna lie to you. When it was AJ Styles, Randy Orton for Mania that one time, I was so much in a split because those two are my literal favorite two superstars, and legitimately because AJ is my always have been my favorite, hands down, independent scene coming up, taking over, run the ring. He has been my hands down favorite. When it become WWE homebred, homegrown, all talent all day, and I stayed here with you, Randy takes it for me. But yeah, Randy, I have a feeling like maybe it could. You know what? Here's an interesting element. What if the triple threat I not predicted, but had in my fruition per se? What if they had Randy win this elimination chamber match and it goes to a fatal four way? So yes, I do watch UFC from time to time. I haven't watched it strongly as the last couple years, but yeah. But going back to my main thing, because Randy Orton did ended up prevailing and hitting a RKO on Solo to get the pinfall to advance to the Elimination Chamber. And I'm trying to figure out why Trick was out there, but Trick on any level can bring it. So it's like I am going to kind of enjoy seeing the interaction between Trick Williams and Randy Orton is going to be very, very organic. So I would definitely love to see that. It'll be the sixth in the elimination chamber match. Probably a superstar who probably wouldn't need the push for anything. I don't feel like Solo needs it. Damien probably doesn't really honestly need it because I think that yeah, Damien was in a qualifying a fatal four way matchup. So yeah, I don't feel like Damian Priest needs an opportunity. Um, Definitely a superstar who could probably end up using a relevant push that probably lost some buzz in the meantime throughout the shuffle of everything. It maybe Rusev, maybe Penta, maybe I don't know because I think Rey Mysterio is still out at this point. So I don't know because it's even so now they even dwindled down to like, all right, well, who is like a B plus player that could play on an A plus level star, A plus tier. Um, it's really hard to say because it's not the attitude era, and then we are also. You think about it, we have lost three guys within a year span. We have lost Goldberg, Cena, Styles to retirement, and even though Styles is kept his gloves, but we know he's not wrestling for WWE. LA Knight, Randy Orton, Trick Williams, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes. Okay. You think AJ's coming back? I mean, if AJ does come back, I wouldn't be mad at it. I just, you know what? I think the whole Gunther being the legend killer aspect, I think it did its justice. I'm not mad at it. I actually do like where his character had developed definitely the not legend killer but career killer aspect. So that definitely brought a new vigor interest to it. So I definitely would like to see it. LA Knight for what is this is no knock on him, but realistically, Luther is pushed too much. I mean, cause you don't got you don't have nobody who's your solidified heels at this point. Like you knew last year Roman was your heels. You knew well 2 years ago. 2 years ago you knew Roman was your heel. Year ago you knew Solo was your heel. You knew the Judgment Day faction itself was heelish. You just had truth in there to make it more funnier. You knew I would say Solo's family is heel. It's not too many like straightforward heels because everybody gets a different push depending on where they at. Like Finn now gets a push, even though he does heel stuff. So it's very hard to say, oh, that's a heel group because you have to get booed out the arena. So it's like I can see why they're pushing Gunther so much, but it's doing way too much. Like I feel like at this point, once he killed off not killed off, but once he got John Cena out of here, I had like this. You should have had him go for the title, slow down his steam, and even if you still wanted to have him take out AJ's career, let it be later on in the year. Like I still had wanted to see more matches out of AJ Styles. To be honest with you, I still wanted to see him get his. I believe me and a couple of my fellas, and even one of my partners, when we do our live segment together, I still want to see an AJ Styles on TNA for another run. Even if the run lasted for a month, that's where it's at. Because even look at Tommaso Ciampa, like for the work that he was putting in WWE, he's now with the AEW won a belt. So there's so many people that they weren't getting pushed over. They went over to different companies and got over. Christian was one of them guys who didn't get over in WWE. He got over in TNA. I think, if I'm not mistaken, either 4 or 6 time TNA champion. So it's like you might not like the cards that are dealt to you, but you can really flourish wherever else you go. And it's crazy because Finn's a 2-time NXT champion, as a former WWE champion. I think undisputed, yeah, Universal champion. So it's very hard to say like it might not work now, but it could potentially work out later. So you never know. You really never know when it catches fire, like how it does. I'm still not all the way thrilled about the whole Gunther and and the career killer push, but I could have seen it on a guy who's a lot like if they would have built Austin Theory correctly, like when they had him beat Cena, that's when they should have pushed him even more harder, but they never did. So I don't know what happened in that aspect, but we got what we got now. So like unfortunately, it's like they kind of give you like the same product with no real with not even like no different storylines kind of like added to it. It's kind of like the same redundant play style every time. It's like the Eagles playbook at this point now, if anybody's an Eagles fan. But yeah, you getting the same hitch routes and bunches like every single time, and it's like and almost from the same amount of talent. I would love to see younger talent groomed up to be doing a lot more in this aspect. Like when they had the interaction between AJ Styles and Javon Evans, like I'm loving to see that in the future predominantly. But AJ going and we're not going to see him, where are we going to get? So I don't know. And even so, it made it weird for the one time when they brought back AJ Styles. AJ has played heel before. He does well as both for me personally, but his best work has been done when he's done heel. Honestly, I think he was face when he won the title the second time. When he won the title the first time, he was heel, and he actually did very, very well. A lot of people didn't give him a lot of credit, but when he gave the belt to Cena, it made sense. And then it made sense to always have him still chasing in that realm. But we ended up getting what we getting, and now we're just looking forward to the next PLE. I believe that will be February 28th again for the Elimination Chamber, and then like I said, we'll be having a Saturday night main event, and then there'll be something in between, but that'll be an NXT Roadblock pay-per-view PLE. But we'll have Mania at that point. So we're a few months away, about 2 months away. 2 months away from Mania. And we're interested in seeing where this goes. And again, guys, if y'all are, make sure y'all subscribe, because we're gonna still be covering a bunch of wrestling topics and vlogs and news. So again, if anything else does come up, I'm gonna try to make sure I drop a quick live for y'all. But I'm gonna definitely do like I said, I'm gonna definitely keep the weekly segment content for the wrestling recaps all this week. And then make sure y'all also like, subscribe, and follow me on all my other social media platforms as well. If you are, like I said, are interested in my wrestling recaps and our wrestling conversations, just like how we had tonight, then please make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the like, and then comment also too for the next time. We gonna go ahead and have our next wrestling segment talk, and then we'll get back with y'all another time frame, and maybe and like I said, tomorrow we'll be covering the Super Bowl. So I'll get back with y'all another time frame. Please like, subscribe, and I'll get back with y'all another time. Stay great, stay blessed.